Last week, I received this comment on one of my Tintin videos. Now, I'm not quitting this channel in despair or starting a Patreon in defiance. Given the attempt at an alluring title, I thought I should clarify that immediately. But what this comment did make me revisit is the way that I approach my channel, what I've always intended for it to be, how it's ended up being over the couple of years that I've been making videos, as well as the considerations of how this channel comes across to you, my regular viewers and subscribers. Speaking of regular viewers and subscribers, this channel has over the last couple of months seen quite a rapid growth in both views and subscriptions. And those of you who've been following this channel for a while know that I haven't really been very active over the last couple of months for personal reasons. But the fact that the channel in its own relative small way has continued to grow in popularity, as well as I've seen a lot more comments, which is my favorite part of running this channel. The fact that I've seen so many more comments and interactions, even though I've made fewer videos than I did all through 2019, where I was averaging about a video a week, has been really encouraging for me, because stray comments notwithstanding, it makes me feel that people are responding to the way that I want to make videos on comics. So if I take this comment and remove from it the negative, critical aspects, what I'm left with is something I can work with. This is a channel of much talk. That was the entire point of it. I wanted to talk about my favorite comics. I wanted to share with people the reasons why these are my favorite comics. And through looking at these favorites, whether they're in introductory or overview videos, or looks at special editions or comparisons between various editions, whatever the format of the video, through these favorites give you an idea of what I love about the comics medium. And this much talk aspect of For the Love of Comics extends into our comments section. I've had a lot of people tell me how much they enjoy the comments section of this channel, which is all about you, the viewers, because you speak with such articulation, with such depth, with such passion, that it really brings the discussion that I start in my videos alive. Given that I enjoy nothing more than talking at length, if not in depth, about comics, and that you seem to enjoy this, and people seem to enjoy reading these things, I see no reason for me to deviate from this particular approach, which has always been the focus, is why are these things wonderful? What do I personally feel about them? That aspect of autobiography, of sharing not just a comic that I happen to have purchased, but my experience with that comic, sometimes extending back several years, is something that I again find echoed in the comments, where people share their stories of discovering particular comics, of certain childhood comics. I've often thought that comics reading is very much like cooking. A lot of your adult appreciation is steeped in a childhood nostalgia, in childhood memories that have been built upon the more sophisticated you became, but still retain those elements that made them so alluring to you as a child. This channel was never meant to be a place in which I simply share hauls or expensive editions that I've bought. But of course, I have my complete comics collection, a series of 14 videos. I do show gallery editions, absolute editions, rare editions, and do edition comparisons, but all of them have a lot of talk. This channel is primarily about that talk from my personal point of view about the variety of comics that I'm able to put in front of you. So what's the point of this video? First, a very warm welcome to all new subscribers and viewers, all of you who have joined in the last couple of months or so. I'm so glad that you have found something to enjoy in this channel and signed up for future videos. Second, thank you for all of the viewers and subscribers who've been around for a while. Thank you for coming back and watching these long, talky videos. And it's really your constant support in viewing these videos, in hitting the like button, and most of all in leaving comments, that has encouraged me to keep trying new things and keep making more and more ambitious videos. By ambitious videos, I mean not just longer videos, although they do tend to be that way. I mean, because I've always wanted this channel to be about discussion, I want it to be about meaningful discussion. I want to find things to say that are really important or significant or unique or truly express that autobiographical angle that I was talking about. I think it's easy to put something beautiful like a comic in front of the camera and let it just sit there, but that's not really what I'm interested in. At the same time, I'm not really the kind of collector who has to complete everything, and I'm not always going to be able to put in front of you the complete and comprehensive 90-volume set of some series. What I can do, aside from giving you my personal take, is try to make these videos as good a video as possible, by which I mean I want to work on the lights, I want to work on the colors. I want to work on my editing skills. I want to show more images. At the same time, I don't want them to be just flat images from the comics. I want to have the camera placed in such a way that you get the experience of reading the comic the way that I do when it's in front of me. For all of this, I have a lot to learn. I've been trying to learn and employing it in my videos as I've gone along. If you look through the videos that I've made in the last 12 months, I think you'll see that each of them looks very different from the other. And while some of this is purposeful, I do want each video to have a distinct look and feel. Some of it is just me trying new things out. They might sometimes be successful, they may not be successful, but it's in trying to make something more engaging, something that flows better, something that's more interesting to you, something that's prettier to look at, something that gives you the feeling of reading a book. It's in those attempts that I really think the future of this channel depends. Now, I know this may sound to some of you like a lot of fuss for a very tiny, small little channel, but I think that if I started from the very beginning with too much talk as the way I wanted to make videos, then too much attention and too much detail and too much nitpicking seems to fit right in with that general approach. This also means that the videos I attempt these days are taking me a lot longer. I've got to learn about equalization and compression. I've got to learn about color theory and cinematography. I've got to figure out editing tools. I've got to learn how to put music. I don't use any music in my videos because it's way too hard for me to figure that out on top of everything else. I'm just learning about video transitions, and I want to use the ones that don't take you out of the video but rather make things more seamless. And you know that I'm not a professional YouTuber in a studio, and this is not my full-time job. I have other commitments with my job and family. So the more I want to do with these videos, the more homework I have to do and the more time I have to spend on the videos themselves. And when I see people responding to these videos, when I see that my views or my subscriptions or my engagement isn't really going down because I've gotten slower, rather in some cases they may be going up, I feel, perhaps incorrectly, encouraged that this again is the right approach. So because I want to share with you not only great comics but great videos on those great comics, because I want the experience of watching these videos and listening to my stories and engaging in the comments below to itself be a completely rewarding experience in and of itself, audio, video, all of these things included, I will be taking more time to produce what I hope are better videos that really stand the test of time. I know I could bring out a video a week just by working on the weekends. As soon as I'm done with my work, just work all through Friday night, Saturday and Sunday to get a video out there. But I often find myself dissatisfied with the things that I could have done if I had a little bit more time, things I would have liked to research a little better, images that I would have been able to find, maybe a second camera angle, maybe something that creates the impression of reading the comic. All of these things frustrate me once I put that video out there, and I feel really interfere with the kind of engagement that I want to create. So here's my first question for you. What do you think of that? Would you agree that when I make not just longer but denser and more textured videos, when I spend a lot more time on the technical aspects of it, would you agree that those videos work for you better? Do you find them more engaging? Do you find them more interesting or exciting? Let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know what kind of videos you like the most. I know that I'm always going to make the kind of videos that attract me to them, which is I like making edition comparisons. I like making top 10 lists, and these are things that I know people enjoy as well. But I've also tried making travel vlogs connected to comics. I've tried making excursion videos. And while these are not the most popular videos, I've had a great time making them. I've had a great time shooting them, but also discovering the story within them later while editing them, even if they're not as popular as some of my other videos are. But are there other kinds of videos that I've never attempted that you'd like to see me try? I never wanted to do a collection tour, but after people asked me over and over again to do one, I think I found a format that really worked for me. I never wanted to do unboxings, but the one unboxing I did, I was able to find a format and a reason that worked for me. And this is what I mean, is not just about comics, but about the channel itself. The discussions and the conversations I have really lead me down very interesting paths that make it all so worthwhile. So making more in-depth, more textured, more nuanced videos in every way is definitely one of the things that I have planned for the future of this channel. I may not be putting a video a week out, but I'll definitely try to have one video out every 2 weeks and make it worth the wait. But are there smaller, more throwaway, less ambitious and less complicated, even technically videos that you'd like like to see in the interim periods? I love answering comments, and I think I try to answer every single comment I receive against all my videos, even if they're videos that I made over 2 years ago. If you comment on it today, I'll probably respond to you within a couple of days. So I was thinking that maybe I could do short videos in which I go through comments and discuss them on camera, because some of these are great questions and great discussion points, like the ones on my Almost Fantasy list, where the conversations about genre and subgenres was one of the most amazing collections of conversations I've seen on this channel. And I also have a brief announcement related to this. As much as my focus is YouTube and making videos and making as good a video as I can for you out there, my focus will always remain YouTube, but I'm aware that there are other platforms out there, including Instagram and Twitter. Given all the different things that I've tasked myself about learning about YouTube and video, I don't really have the capacity to handle For the Love of Comics on any other platform. However, a couple of friends of the channel have volunteered to run the For the Love of Comics Instagram and Twitter. Abhishek has been operating the FTLOC Instagram for a while now. He creates these marvelous hybrids using panels from comics that we talk about to create promotional posters or posts for our videos. And his skills with collage, with text and image, is also available on his channel, where he has a lot of toy photography in which he takes action figures and comic panels and blends them together. I'll leave the For the Love of Comics Instagram link in the description below, and that's one thing that you could follow us on. And the brand new Twitter is going to be headed up by my friend Shudeep. Shudeep reads, I think, a comic a day. He's always sharing panels from his favorite comics. He's very well versed and up to date on comic news, and he's been telling me that I need to promote things on Twitter for a while. I've never been one for promotion. I've just sort of relied on YouTube recommending my videos to see any kind of growth, which I know is the worst kind of YouTube strategy there is. And I really don't think of the Instagram and Twitter as promotional activity for this YouTube channel. As I said, me on this YouTube channel is going to be all about exploiting the power of video, trying to make the best videos I can. And I think that's the way the Instagram and Twitter should be as well. What works best on Instagram? This is my next question for you. What works best on Twitter? What are the things that you'd like to see For the Love of Comics do on Instagram? What would you like to see For the Love of Comics on Twitter be? I don't want it to be just here's a link or here's a screenshot from the video, but really try to capitalize on the power of those platforms to give you a different kind of experience, which is all still For the Love of Comics. So rather than move away from too much talk, I believe that I'm moving towards embracing it in more ways. I'd like to make longer and more complex videos. Let me know what you think of that. I'd like to have more interim videos that may not be technically complex, but will only add to the level of talk, both in the videos and in the comments. Let me know what you think those should be. Instagram and Twitter are two blank canvases we have in front of us. What would you like to see on that? What would bring it all together? If you're on those platforms, tell me what really works for you. Whether you're on all platforms or only a few or only on YouTube, I really want there to be something for everyone and more for people who want more. In conclusion, interacting with you, the viewers and commenters, is my favorite part of running this channel. It's what drives me to do different things. Your recommendations and suggestions color the texture and the fabric of this channel, and what I do next, including the videos that I have lined up for the rest of the year. I mean, at least half of them come from viewer suggestions. I'll always try to put my own spin on things because of the individual autobiographical nature that I want to celebrate. And I want you, whether it is in these comments or in mails to me, in conversations online like the ones I have almost every day, or on these other platforms, I want you to feel the same way. So thank you so much for your support and encouragement so far. I hope you continue to enjoy this rather talky, verbose channel, as this video amply illustrates it is. Join us on those other platforms, and above all, leave me comments, questions, and discussion points below so I can make sure that it's all of us together determining the future of this channel. This has been, as always, For the Love of Comics, and I'll see you at the next video.